Hey guys, welcome back. I have one piece left I need to make for this back panel here on the 64 convertible. So I have it marked. We're going to get that cut out now and make a patch for there. Once again, I'm going to keep using 16 gauge steel. The other day when I was working on that stuff, I sprayed it with that spray paint that changes rust into black. I don't know. I have a can in here. I forget what it's called. Rust converter. That's what I sprayed on that bare metal because this car's sitting outside and I didn't want it to, all the new metal I just put in there, I didn't want it to rust. So I put that on there for now. I'll have to grind it down and stuff to weld to it. But so basically, I'm gonna cut this out right here and then we're gonna make a piece for there. So let's get this cut. Alright, I got that out. I'll have to weld up that little spot I hit with the grinder, but that'll be alright. So now I need to clean up the metal around the edge so I can have something good to weld to. Alright, see if I can use the rest of this scrap piece of metal I have before I start using another piece. Now it's not long enough, but we'll use it and we'll just fill in what we're missing. I like to try to use every bit of metal I have rather than wasting a bunch of stuff. You know what, I can go that direction with it. That'll work. I gotta straighten out my cut though. My cut's a little crooked. So let me straighten that out real quick. Alright, I got that done. Might as well mark it here. We'll cut it this way. We'll leave it long this way and we'll cut it after it's welded on. apologize if it's really windy out, so it's going to be probably a little hard to hear. Sorry, wire got jammed. So basically I'm gonna go around and just tack this on until I make a complete weld all the way around it, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna draw this line and we're gonna cut it. Okay, it's welded. Now I want to cut it. Hold a straight edge up here. I'm gonna go grab another grinding wheel and grind the rest of that, and then I'll be back. Okay, that's done. Now I got this little slit right here I accidentally cut with the grinder. It was the only way I can get in far enough to cut that. So I had to weld that slit in real quick. Just going to go ahead and hit this with a little bit of that black paint because I'm not going to get to the body work on this video. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I want to get this coated with some paint, and we're going to move on to the side, driver's side. Sunday it's not supposed to rain, so I'll probably finish up the body work on this on Sunday and then get it in primer, and then I want to start getting the doors, fenders, and the hood and trunk lid painted. So we'll start blocking those down this weekend, getting them ready for paint, so that next week we can start getting everything painted. So I'm going to go ahead and spray some black on there, and then I'm going to get set up on the side over there, and we'll start cutting out that side piece. Okay, that has a coat of that rust converter on it. When it comes time to do the body work, I'll just roughen that all up and be able to put some filler right on top of it. All right, this is the next piece we're going to tackle right here. We're going to cut that out. that big spot right there, exact same spot as the other side. So that apparently is where water likes to sit. And yesterday, this red van here, I got this van for free. I drove it home. It needs a new motor. Oil pressure's at less than 20 pounds, and it's making a knocking sound. But it's in overall really good shape. A little bit of rust back here. Underneath it's really good. Frame and everything looks nice and clean. I'm gonna fix this up, but I'm not gonna mess with it until in the springtime. So I'm gonna park it out back for the winter. In the springtime, I'm gonna pull the motor and everything. I think I'm gonna fix the body and do a quick paint job on it. Put a new motor, rebuild the transmission. The van only has 125,000 miles on it. I literally got it for free. I just had to go pick it up. And I was able to drive it home, so it didn't cost me a tow. So I have nothing into it so far. So I think it's well worth putting another 4.8 liter in it and rebuilding the transmission, cleaning up the body, because these stupid vans are getting expensive. And I beat the crap out of them at work, so it's really not worth spending a ton of money on a work van that I'm just going to beat up. So let's get this cut out and we'll see what we got going on here. Maybe I'll grind it first. Or with that van, I might clean it up and turn it into a tow vehicle for a camper. Just not sure yet. But let's get this ground down. And you can see they bondoed right over the rust, and that's what I didn't want to do to this vehicle, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing to it, to at least do a better quality job than that. So now we need to cut that out. Wonder why it rusts away. So frustrating. Right behind that nice clean metal. That's why both spots did it in the same spot. They both had foam. See, that might look bad, but it's not. It's just a tiny bit of surface rust, and this right here is foam. So once I weld this inner patch, we'll grind it all down, and I'll spray some of that black rust converter in there, and then we will move on. Even this lip in here is solid. There's nothing wrong with it. It's completely solid. Just that foam right there held the water and rusted it out from the backside out. Even back here, it's not even crusty. Right there's foam still. So now we need to make an inner piece here, and then we can make an outer piece, and then this patch will be done. Then we'll work on cutting that other one out. When we get a piece of metal, we'll start making that inner one. I'm not too concerned with what this inner one looks like. We're just gonna weld it here and probably just tap it in with the hammer and make it meet. We'll see how we can form it. Okay, I'm going to put a tack here. let's spray some of that rust converter on it. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit. While that's drying, we can make this piece. It's gonna go on the outside here. You can see where it was badly rusted, and then right here is just like a red oxide primer right behind the rust. Is this piece big enough? Might be. It might be. It's close. Flip it around here. I think we can make it work. Let me cut it and I'll come back. First, we need to do a little roll. All right, let's make a little bit of a roll here. Might have went too much. Okay, we got a roll here. It might be too much. So now I need to flip this. I got to mark this on the other side. You know what? I don't have my marker in here, but I could probably use my knife. I got to grind off that receipt. Let's go check this. So this is what it looks like. God, this wind keeps moving this tarp. See how she fits. Not too bad. Little bit small, because I use that scrap piece, but we're going to make it work. We're going to weld it in. It's not bad. Not bad at all. A little bit big gap there. So I need to grind this metal down. I'm going to grind this receipt off. We're going to spray some weld-through primer on the backside. Alright, let me get some primer on that and I'll let it dry for a couple minutes. Okay, my weld-through primer is dry. Let's start tacking this in place here. You know what? I need to bend that back a little bit. That's out a little bit too far on this side. Let me go bend that real quick. Okay, it's tacked in place. I'm gonna go around and keep doing tacks and get it completely tacked in, then I'll be back. This wind is screwing with my welder a little bit, so gotta kind of wait for the wind to die down for a minute. All right, let me grind this real quick. Just closing my eyes for these couple little tacks. I'm gonna finish grinding this and then I'll be back. All right, that one's done. I'm gonna throw some more of that paint on there just to cover it up for tonight. I gotta run down the street and get my gas on my welder filled up. Luckily there's a place, tow yard, less than 2 miles from the house. So I'm gonna go get that filled because it's down to the last line and I don't want to run out doing this last piece, which is over here underneath the tarp. So I'm gonna go get that filled, come back, and we'll start cutting out that down there, which looks to be a disaster. Okay, I'm back. So now we are going to cut into this mess. Fix my tripod here. I think there's quite a bit of filler down there. It's the last hole that I need to fix on this car, or last rust spot, whatever you call it. Let's just take the grinder here and see what exactly we got going on. Look at that. That's real nice. Try and determine where they welded it at, if they welded this side. The other side they did. Looks like it's right there. So I need to cut above that. So I need to cut right through here. This side looks like it had some braze welds done, so this could have definitely been a lot older of a repair. Look at that. This thing weighs probably 10 pounds. This is the original quarter panel. They shoved the new one over top. They wadded a bunch of Bondo on the bottom edge. I'll tell you what though, this brace is all intact on this side. The other side it was all rotted out, which is a good thing. So I need to get in here with my blowgun and blow this out. I need to grind down the filler right here. I'm gonna go get a mask because this stuff's blowing in my face. So I'm gonna go get a mask and grind this down, and I gotta cut this back farther here because that's full of filler right there too. So let me go get this ground down and stuff, and then I'll be back. Okay, I got that cut out all the way to there, and then over here I had to cut out this piece because it was solid caked with filler. So I cut that out. So we need to make this inner piece here, and then we'll be ready to make this outer piece. I cleaned all the scaly rust off, so now I can put this rust converter on here. I'm gonna go ahead and spray this down with rust converter, let it set up for a little bit. While it's setting up, I'm gonna start bending up, getting ready to make this piece here. Okay, that's all sprayed down with rust converter. So now we got to work on making a piece right there. Okay, I made this first piece here and I put weld through primer on the back side already. I didn't have a piece long enough to make this all in one, so I'll just put a seam in there. But I'm going to get this first piece tacked on here, and then I have to make that inner wheel well piece and go from there. And this, I bent a roll, a little bit of a roll into this to kind of match the angle of the car, or the roll in the car rather. This is 18 gauge, not 16. I got a little bit of a bigger gap there. Can't know how I got it off like that. I'm going to go ahead and tack that on a little bit more, and then I'll work on that inner wheel lip. I don't have too much time left tonight, so I'm going to work on this a little bit more here. Okay, I have this piece made for the rocker right here. This is still sticking out because I haven't welded it underneath yet, because I wanted to use the rocker as my guide. Yeah, bring the welder closer. Okay. All right, let me mess with that for a minute. Okay, I went ahead and welded that up. So that piece and that piece are pretty much welded up. I got to grind here and weld a little bit more. There's some lead stuck in that seam right there. So I'm going to grind this down, and then I think I might make that piece tonight. I'm not sure. So let me get this ground down. I'll come back and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, that's all ground down. It's looking real good, actually. I started bending a piece for here so we could start welding this one on. I'm gonna have to bend it over that way once I get it tacked down here. Let me get my helmet. Put a couple tacks in it, on it. All right, now while it's warm, I can bend it over. See, now I have that curve that matches the rest of it. That there for now. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and probably just paint this stuff up for tonight and let it go. Saturday or Sunday I'll finish that up. All right, so that's gonna end this video on the 64. I have maybe an hour or so left of welding around that opening. I gotta put the wheel skirt on like I did on the passenger side before I can finish that. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray some primer on that tonight, cover the car back up. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow, which is Saturday. Probably work on it again Sunday, and probably tomorrow I'll do a video. I gotta work in the morning, but after that I'll probably do a video on starting to block sand down the doors and fenders and stuff like that. So, all right, guys, that's gonna be the end of this one. If you're liking what you're seeing, please like, subscribe, share. Any questions or comments, feel free to ask. I try to respond to as many as I can. I'm having a little bit of a problem receiving messages through my YouTube channel. I gotta try to answer them through my email. I don't know why it's doing that. My other account doesn't do that. I can go right into my YouTube and answer the questions, but for some reason on this channel it's not letting me do that. I think I got to go on the computer and get into YouTube that way and change some settings because it's not letting me do it from my phone. So all right, guys, you have a good night and I'll see you tomorrow.